Welcome to Module 8, the final of our Resume Builder section, where we'll talk about the Preferences tab and finally the Review tab. You'll note on the Preferences tab, the very first question you must either opt into or opt out of is the making your resume searchable to qualified employers. You do want to answer yes to that in order to receive invitations from an employer. Otherwise, you won't show up in their search for prospective candidates. So you do want to answer yes to that to display in searches. The wage and pay unit is what your desired pay is for a new occupation. Whether you're willing to work overtime, relocate. If you do choose to, you're willing to relocate, you will show up in any employer search because you'd be willing to relocate to wherever the job is located. Work week, you can choose any full-time or part-time. Duration has full-time and part-time as well, but whether it's short-term, temporary, regular, so you can go, or seasonal. Then you have the different shifts you're available for. If you're available anytime, you can select this for all of them. Otherwise, you can select specific ones. Then lastly, your location preference. You can do it by zip code radius, or you can do it by state. When you hit save, all the resume information is sent over to our case management system, KeySuite, such as work history, skills, education, all of that gets populated over there, as well as behind the scenes, a lot of the information such as their housing situation, income issues, anything that they may have entered on the profile tab that was WIO related. And so lastly, on the Review tab, this will show you what the resume looks like, the final product. So you'll see down here, I'm going to show you what it looks like in the standard format with experience emphasized first. You can always change the standard to a modern format or any other of the formats. Some of which have bullets, other ones don't. And then you can always change the order and the skills. Now you will notice even when you change the order, things such as the objective and summary always display at the top, and add-ins always display at the bottom. You also have the option to hide things from your resume, such as a particular job, different dates, contact information, and various sections that you might have added. Then you have the option to download, email, or print. On the download and email option, it'll let you choose which format you want to use even, and whether you want to do it as a PDF or a Word document. When you do it as an email, you can actually just embed it in the email as just the text, or you can do it as an attachment. Then you can put where you're sending it to, and you can actually send it to multiple email addresses as well with a subject line. The print option just uses your browser's print settings, and you may want to note when you're working with somebody who is required to show proof of their work registration to a different agency, a lot of the times they will want to know that it came from this website. They'll want to make sure they go into their browser settings, and on the page setup, it'll have an option to display headers and footers. Some browsers, it'll actually display in the print dialog box. It'll ask whether you want headers and footers to display. And then what it'll do in those cases is you can set it up to display the web address URL in either the top or the bottom of the page. That way, when they print this out and show it to the other agency, they'll see that it came from Focus Career and that they're registered on our site. So those are some options as well, or some things you may run across when you're working with job seekers who are trying to receive benefits from other agencies. They may be required to look for work and be registered with us. So that's something that they can do when they're printing it out to make sure that it displays. They can also delete their resume from here or in any of the other tabs. Please note that they can't delete the resume if they have an active UI claim, if they've filed recently, or if they've requested any benefits in the last 3 weeks. It will check over to our QUEUS UI system to get that information. And if they have anything active over there, it will not let them delete the resume. That's to make sure they stay in compliance with having a resume on file so that they can be searching for jobs and using our website and remain work registered. They can go back at any time and edit their resume, but they cannot delete it. So that is the resume builder. You can go back to the previous 3 modules to look back at any of the previous tabs. And what we'll be covering in the next module is how you can upload a resume or paste a resume rather than building it from scratch. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to delete the resume. Actually, I'm going to download it first. I'm going to show you a download. And you see it downloaded right down here. Now that I have it saved, I'm going to delete it. Some information will still be there, such as demographic information. And you see it actually takes you back to this option where you can upload or paste a resume, which we will cover that in the next section.